Venezuelan software package that lets you steal elections. It was in Smartmatic, where it was called SAES, Smartmatic Automated Election System. They bought an American company called Sequoia, and they put it inside Sequoia, where it was called WinEDS. That's the only name you have to memorize, WinEDS. That dirty package got shifted, and it's actually inside Dominion. They call their system Democracy Suite, but it's inside Dominion. They've been denying like hell that they have WinEDS. They're saying we don't use it. It's not inside our system. I'm going to prove to you that it is in their system. And then the problem is what's happened now is Liberty has come along, and actually Liberty is just a new name on Dominion. It's the same corporation. Next, let's go to an internal Dominion email, which I'm not supposed to show anyone. This is from 2011. They're talking to a guy named Craig Short, contractor for Dominion. Is talking to Sherry Hadsky. You're going to see in a moment. She's the Secretary of State of Louisiana at the time. And this is all about the WinEDS upgrade. Now, remember, you're going to see Dominions come out and say, we don't have WinEDS. No, we never did. That's all some junk from the past. But meanwhile, their internal emails, they're talking about upgrading their system. Go to the next page. This is, again, this is more Dominion voting, people talking to Sherry Hadsky. You can see in the bottom of this, Sherry Hadsky is the Secretary of State of Louisiana, .government. She's in that office. She says, hey, confidentially, if Democracy Suites runs on if this runs on Windows 7 and this WinEDS runs on Windows 2003, don't we need two servers? So she knew, and Dominion knew, that same thing that they were in fact still using WinEDS. And the guy confirms, yes, that we're going to need two servers. Now we get to the really good stuff. We get to 2020. Let's go to the next page. This is an email from Eric Coomer in 2020. He's running the elections in Chicago. And noticing he's writing a guy, Goran Obradovic, who's in Serbia. And he says, this paragraph, when you read it, you're going to laugh. They're talking about setting up servers to process ballots as they come in. So there's a few days before the election. He says, 30 minutes, 12,000 ballots. We may have some timing problems. Not sure there's anything we can do other than our best. Look at this. We can set up the cartridges to load overnight as they come in scare quotes, and then
I mean, like, oh, come in, yeah.
And then load into Win.
He's even laughing like, oh, as they come in. Oh, yeah.
Why is he doing that? Explain. Why is he putting?
Because you know what's love to brag.
Yeah, but why? As they come in. In other words, they're faking like as the ballot.
We can load it and have it ready as they come in.
As they come in, meaning we're going to be uploading them, but pretending that these are ballots coming in from the field, but actually and we can then load them into the WinEDS. So here's Eric Coomer, the CTO of Dominion, acknowledging that WinEDS is being used in their system. What they really do is when they set up a Dominion server for some county, they set up next to it a second machine. That is the WinEDS machine. They don't even tell the counties, we have a server in here that's really running this Smartmatic Venezuelan software. And they run the election on this machine. All this stuff gets in. And what they're not telling anyone is it goes from the Dominion machine to this EDS dirty machine and then gets reported into the election reporting system. So before the results go from the county to the legitimate election reporting system, they're run through this WinEDS dirty Venezuelan software where they and only they have access. They and only they even know it exists. They're not even telling the counties that they have.
That's what's come out with these companies is they claim they're taking photos of the ballots in live time, but they have another computer sliding a whole new one in.
Coomer just admitted recently in a deposition like last week that there's a server before the results go from the server that runs the election to this county server that reports the election. It's going through another server that nobody knows about and only he has access to. So the results go in. And we just have to trust them not to do anything they want to do. And then it gets reported. And they didn't even let anyone know they had that second server.
Wow. Then all these companies tell judges, these don't even hook up to the internet.